I was obsessed with playing hockey as a kid, but I was specifically obsessed with being a goalie as a kid. And there was something about being by myself in the net with that pressure, with the constant opportunity to be the hero or the villain, sucked me in. My name is Tim. I've been married for 20 years to my wife, Kelly. I have a 12-year-old daughter named Evelyn. I'm 47 years old. I responsibly fired myself from corporate America. Now I make content. Made my first TikTok in August of 2019. In January of 2020, I started to make content on a consistent basis. And then people started to say, you make growing up less scary. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Now, how do I extract what's in my head, make it entertaining, but also have it, come across as having some kind of purpose to it? Then it just started to snowball from there.
This is Hockey in Your 40s.
My content's quite literally day-to-day stuff.
There's something about standing in the crease that just makes you feel alive.
I love the creative challenge of how do I tell this story and have it make sense and have it be enjoyable.
Saw the puck well, moved well, and I feel ready for the next call-up to be a double emergency backup goalie.
How can I express something from a slightly different perspective that's going to change someone's opinion about any given topic or any given thing? Ironically, as a goalie, I never wanted to get checked, right? Got hit a couple times when I was outside of the crease. Not a super fun experience. But as a dad, it's a gift. It's a gift to be able to make sure that I've got a clean bill of health. Practically speaking, on the ice, you want to avoid it. But for the sake of the conversation and the broader purpose, get body checked for cancer makes all the sense in the world. Between my mom and my dad, cancer's popped up in my house. It's 12 or 13 times at this point. Cancer in my family, the first conversations go back to when I was 16 or 17 years old, I think. I'm extraordinarily fortunate that both of my parents have survived every battle that they've had with cancer. It's forced me to be smarter about thinking in preventative measures than just, oh, cool, we'll see what happens. Today, I'm going to the gastroenterologist to have the conversation about scheduling my next colonoscopy. Colonoscopy number 3, based off of the last one, which was all good and clear, but they said come back in about 5 years, so we are at the 5-year mark.
This is a super smart but rainy weekday in your 40s.
My first colonoscopy was at 37-ish. What I would tell anyone who is hesitant or afraid about the process is there's nothing to fear, period. Of course, in the first flash, you start to think about those things. You know that it's a camera, you know where it goes, but, well, what does that really mean? For me, once I got the basics of what it is, makes sense based off of my family's history overall. So yeah, 1,000%, let's get this scheduled and get this done. There's certainly also the thought about how do I make sure that I stay as far ahead of anything as I possibly can, thinking about what it was like to be a kid, even if I was in college already, when my dad had his first serious bout. I would love for that to never be an experience that my daughter has.
Tim?
What usually happens during these conversations is quick review of what's happened in the past. Start the conversation a little fresh, give a bit more context and background, making sure that he knows everything that I can tell him about what I've seen from this in the past.
Well, I think it is very good that you're coming in. With everything that we've reviewed, we'll try to schedule your colonoscopy as soon as possible.
Okay.
And then we'll hopefully everything will be good for you.
Cool.
And then you don't have to see me that many times. Okay?
Thank you, Doc.
All right.
And just like that, colonoscopy number 3 is on the books. They say growing up is scary. It's actually not. It's a bit weird, but it's not scary.
Without question, tell anybody else that it's not that bad. I can give you some tips and tricks around the nuances of it, but just do what the doctor tells you, you're gonna be fine, and it is 1,000% worth doing. And for that to be an easy way to have a conversation about, well, what does that mean for me as a dad or for any other hockey dad, then that's a gift. That's a conversation that we should be having.
My name is Tim, and everybody should get body checked against cancer.